VIPKID is a global classroom where we're connecting about 800,000 Chinese students to 90,000 North American teachers. I mean, for last year, finally parents all think online education as an effective way to learn. So I think I would say this is a big step forward for the sector. So we have a increasing demand from the student side on both awareness and adoption. If you think about the past few years, especially in the past year, one significant trend is that you have more access. There are all these different formats of class delivery that parents can get access to. And also if you think about the subject, it's not just English today. There are also math or Chinese, or even learn to paint, or to learn to sing, and even learn to dance. Program you can find online for your children as well. So you definitely see the trend of more accessibility for children. And also when you think about affordability, you have a whole price range. But then a challenge though is personalization. If you think about education for the past 200 years, it's always been a teacher working with a group of students. So personalization can really make a difference in terms of learning efficacy or efficiency or even engagement. So that's when you see a lot of AI technology or even AR or even VR kicks in. So with the new technology, how does it make a difference? For example, VIPKID adopts AI tutor or AI teaching assistant to help our teachers to deliver their job more efficiently. How? We help teachers to prepare for their classes in mock classes. We also applied a 10-minute tutorial class after the one-on-one real person live synchronous delivery of the teachers, so we call AI tutor. We also have the AI technology to do quality control. We make sure that we understand how concentrated students are in each session, and we make sure we understand how devoted or dedicated or efficient a teacher is in her teaching session. So with all the data, we then can have a very good quality control, better engagement, better efficiency and efficacy in the class. I think all the industry or the sector sees not a decrease, but also an increase in students' usage for online learning after the pandemic, simply because you have so much higher awareness of the parents and also adoption of the students during the pandemic. It really accelerated things because people used to think, oh, online is not efficient, it's not engaging, it's not effective. But then when everybody tried it, although it's a very beginning stage of online learning that you can imagine for the future, people start to trust that this can deliver good learning outcome if properly designed. Right? So it's similarly with online meetings. When people start to use it, they trust it more. Similarly with online in e-commerce. I would say online education will play a critical role in supplementing family education as well as school education. So there are always things students need to learn additionally, or things online education can help teachers and parents to assist students learning additionally. So this is where online education really comes in. It helps with after 3 o'clock, students go home what they should learn. Right? It helps with the weekend. It helps with specific learning interests. So I would say going forward, this is a role that online education plays. But also, it should be a global classroom where global teachers and global kids can inspire and empower each other to be the best of themselves. And then with online education, it can really make things more accessible, affordable, personalized, right? So I think with technology development, it can also make it more than ever before engaging and also effective. We see a a huge increase in learning interest of the Chinese language from overseas parents and students alike. We started our Lingo Bus program back in 2017. We think about it and we thought a global classroom, it must be different languages. It must be not only having Chinese children know about the world better, it has to be having the world understand China better. And what can be a better way of learning Mandarin and having that shared future? So that's when we started to teach Lingo Bus, to teach Mandarin Chinese. And then our teachers' children are the first group of students to engage and learn with VIPKID, because teachers teach Chinese students, they love Chinese family, and they do business with China, essentially. And then teachers in Texas or in Utah tell their children, hey, learn some Mandarin. When you grow up, like mom, you are going to work with China, and you will engage with all the children of the future and the families. So they're the first one. But then during the pandemic, we also see many more interests from, rather than our teacher community, more of their neighbors or their friends or people on social media to start to talk about and think about learning Mandarin.